Welcome back to Blue Collar Speed and Repair. So we're back on the Galaxie 300, whatever you want to call it. A few videos ago, we got this kind of in a running state, took it for a drive. Had some fueling issues where it died on the road and the fuel filter was like empty. Got it running, got it back home. I blew out the metal line that goes back to the tank, got a little bit of junk out of it. It seemed fine after that. So drove it a little bit, didn't really have any problems. And then she took it to the grocery store because everybody needs a 394 speed for a grocery getter. And it wouldn't start when she came back out. She had to get a ride home and was kind of stranded. The car was kind of stranded there. So I got there, used a fuel bottle and the carburetor, got it running. And at that time, the filter was empty. It started pumping. You want to start it, make sure it's out of gear. So you see the fuel coming into the filter, it kind of looks aerated. You can shut it off. So the fuel coming into the fuel filter kind of looks aerated. I think there might be a hole in the diaphragm of the fuel pump, which is it's pumping some fuel, but not enough. So number one on the list, we got a fuel pump for it, which is actually like the canister style that has a filter built into it. Hopefully it will fit in there. Also, it's starting to get cooler outside, so I'd like to hook up the heater hoses. No heater hoses hooked up. Before her little event at the grocery store, we had taken it to a local kind of car show race thing. And sitting in the entrance trying to get in, there was a bunch of cars and it took a while. It was actually warm out and it was getting really hot. So we got this, I guess 63 didn't have a fan shroud on it at all. Excuse me. Just has this like little cover deal. So we looked around online. Some people are using that one. Seems to work really well with some slight modifications. So we're going to see if we can kind of get that in here. Hopefully solve our cooling issue. It runs completely cool any other time, just like at a stop. So it's a fixed blade fan. There's no clutch or anything. I think it's just need to get the air to go through the radiator. So with that, like I said, heater hoses. See if we can get the heater to kind of work. Other than that, as far as mechanically, we have, what else we have mechanically? Shocks. All the shocks are leaking. So we're going to throw some shocks on it. And the rest of it's all cosmetic, I think, right? Yeah, so the rest of it's all just some cosmetic kind of finish, touch-up stuff. We got a dome light for it. We finally got the correct trunk lock cylinder. The package tray finally came in. And if we get to it in this video, I don't know, we did go ahead and get a new carpet set since I completely botched the last one. If it was my car, I wouldn't care. I'd just leave it, but trying to make it nice for her. Add door handle thing, armrests to your list. We still need to get armrests, and like this one's all red duct tape, which isn't the nicest look. We also got belt moldings for the windows. I still haven't found window runs yet. To be fair, I haven't looked real hard, but the ones I did find were for a hard top or a convertible. And we still got to get, obviously, the wing window seals and stuff like that. So we'll get to what we can get to. Excuse me. Like I said, the mechanical, the fuel pump is probably a number one. So you ready? Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get started with that. Yank that out. It's just a couple bolts, couple fittings, and hopefully that'll solve that issue. And then of course cooling. I don't know. Fuel pumps always come with 2 gaskets. Maybe. Anybody know why fuel pumps come with 2 gaskets? Let me know. I'm curious. The fuel what? The fuel section. The fuel section. Okay. Well, I don't know what they're referring to. Okay. Instructions say anything about hoses that don't want to come off? Pretty sure these are barb style fittings, so I'm gonna break it. I already know it. I have a feeling we are cutting hoses or busting knuckles or both. Yep. I don't know. And we go like this. Pretty sure we replaced this line. Kind of not like the kind of not have to cut it. Kind of like to not have to cut it if we don't have to, or something like that.
I can't get it.
Well,
Can't quite read.
that'll fall here again in a second. Well, I'm pretty sure the fuel pump, the configuration is different on the new pump anyway, so I am over it. Seems a bit excessive. 1 bolt. 2 bolts. Now, will it let go? It will. All right, so yeah, so it looks like I'm not sure which is inlet and outlet. I guess we should double check that real quick. But get the camera where you guys can see. So like these come straight out, this one comes out the side, and obviously it's got the canister sticking out the bottom. Other than that, it looks like it's the same thing. So as long as it fits in there past the oil filter and the lower radiator hose, we should be fine. Same with new bolts. You want to go bump the starter for me? See if I can get this to where I'm not fighting the cam lobe. Out of gear. Out of gear. Okay. One more. Okay. You said they were marked in and out? Okay, I never looked at it. You remember which one was which?
No.
Okay. Right. Well, let's see what we see. In. Top one's in. So that should go straight into that one. And maybe we get the little 90 to go that way. We should be good. Ish. What I did there was this rides on I believe a cam lobe on this engine. And that cam lobe comes around and pushes this down. So I was at a spot where there was pressure on the fuel pump rod. So I just had her bump the starter to bring the cam over a little bit so that there wasn't so much pressure. Made it installing it a little easier. So regular old Teflon tape is not ideal for fuel, but I don't have anything else and it was working before. So I'm going to run with it. This is in my way.
Well, I think that one was like tires. And I think this is the other one.
Okay. Try ½ inch maybe. And the other one we could probably just use a deep socket, which I have. Yeah. Of course, this hose is right in the way. Okay. Obviously, I cut those knowing they were going to have to be just a hair shorter. Okay, so. All right, well, let's see if we made a difference. Watch this fuel pump or fuel filter here. Out of gear. I don't feel like getting run over today. Got to fill this canister up. Okay, hang on. So like I said, ends at the bottom, outs at the top. Oopsie. All right. Let's try this again. Try again. See if it'll idle. Just a wrench.
No bubbles.
All right, that looks a lot better. All right, hopefully, after I did it wrong a couple times, obviously there's no air bubbles, so hopefully we actually did an improvement.
Hopefully you don't leave me a poopy.
Hopefully, at the grocery store. All right, from what I read, this thing will fit. I'm not sure how you're supposed to go about mounting it. We'll have to get into that, see if we can secure it somehow. But they said what I saw was, or what she saw was, take this off, and you have to trim the top just a little bit to make it fit. So let's yank this thing off. May have to pull the fan off, and I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it works. Of course, that's ½ inch. Where is... Does that got a nut? Oh, it does. Okay. Interesting. And fine thread bolts, why not? All right, so that's good. I have a feeling this fan is coming off.
Probably. I wonder where it has a speaker.
To get it closer to the radiator. So don't break. Don't break.
I'll just keep shoving.
Nope. Oh, ye of little faith. All right, well, it seems to fit okay. The question is, how does it get attached? You're shining the light. It seems like it fits in there pretty good. Around the fan. Could be, the hole could be a little smaller, to be honest, but that should direct our airflow. So from here, I think we just need to figure out how to attach it.
Part of the issue is we can't go up too high because the other piece is over.
Well, it did say we had to modify the top though, right?
Yeah.
So I think we need to figure out, I think we're gonna put it in the air and see kind of how it'll attach from the bottom. Once we get the bottom kind of in a good spot, then we'll figure out what we need to do at the top. All right, let's see if I can get this up in here, but I think this sits pretty good, like kind of right under this lip. I think the easiest thing to do probably is these rods, support rods come down through here. I think if I just put a small hole on each side and run a zip tie through on each side. That'll hold the bottom secure just fine, I think. So I think we just get, I think I have a silver Sharpie or that yellow paint pen and just mark each side of this. Hard part will be getting this back out or trying to drill it in here. But we get it kind of centered side to side here. That lines up there. That does not line up on that side. Yes, it kind of does. I guess we just need to line up the bottom. Kind of like that. We go. I can't see. Can you grab the light? Move it to this side of my hand. Yeah. I'm just going to mark where the rod is. A little higher. There you go.
Right in front of your face?
Yep. Okay.
Are you going to try and drill it in there, or are you going to try and take it out?
It's going to try to, because it's got plenty of room.
Yeah.
It's just plastic.
Okay.
The problem is getting the drill in here.
And
we don't need much. So, open. Just go on either side here. That. That. And this side will be a little more tricky. And those are crooked. But nobody is ever going to see it except for the 4 people that watch this video.
Using a tire
This ridiculously small sway bar is in my way. What's that squeaky noise? It's a funny squeaky sound. See how many people get that reference? I know a few. I will. Alright, so if we just push that through, hook it on there, grab the end of the tie wrap, or the wire tie here, give it a... Put that one around there. And it's like that. I mean, that's not going to go nowhere. So as long as we keep it from sliding down up there, we should be good. So let's put it back down. We'll leave that for now. The ends, I know that's what you're about to say. Until let's figure out this is going to work. Okay. And then forget those are there and just leave them. I don't know how we're going to hold this up because this other piece is going to try to push it down. All right, what do I do with it?
That was my thoughts originally. So I feel like we need to trim this lip off.
Yeah, that for sure. Up in here is fine, yeah.
Attach this.
Yeah.
Right here, after we cut this lip off.
So this lip has to come off for sure. And then, yeah, I think we can just figure out how to attach in here, even if we drill the hole, maybe a nutsert.
Yeah, maybe. One
on each side, and then we can drill a hole in here and attach.
Yeah. So the question is, how do you want to cut that off? Do you want
probably
a zip thingy, or do you want?
I don't. Yeah, the little like Dremel style tool would probably work best. Okay, so this lip is hitting as well, so I guess we need to take that whole thing off as well. All right, more cutting. All right, I got this mocked back into place. Minor issue, the idea was, I was hoping that this would line up even here. It's even on the other side as well, which is where we hooked the bottom one. But if we hold the light, if we do that, this this fan blade's hitting. So it needs to favor that side a little bit. So I think, and as well, we could also pull this up. This plastic shroud has a little bit of a slope down. So I think if we favor the outside, we should be able to move this over a hair and then pull it up. So I think I'm just gonna drill a hole even with this hole, 1/4 inch bolt on each side, and then I think we'll just have to re-drill an extra hole in the bottom just to kick the bottom that way a hair. So let me get a drill bit. Yeah, see, I think we're gonna end up overlapped on this side, unfortunately. But you're not really gonna see it unless you're looking for it. So I am not too concerned. We'll have a slight gap on this side, but that's all right too. So I think kind of that area, and that gives us space there, space there. I don't know about here though. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. So if we go in that general vicinity, oh, we were going to tighten these first, weren't we? Hold, please. Quarter inch is fine. Should be anyway. Well, tighten that down made it worse. Everywhere. All along the top.
In this part more?
This fan blade's hitting right here. That one's hitting. If you go farther that way, it gets more into that one. It's like it needs to come up a little bit more.
Got one other option.
Space this up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do a couple washers underneath these.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's gonna, how much that's gonna kick this. We can try it. What's worse can happen? Yeah. Some 1/4 inch washers and see what it does. There's at least that much room.
Yeah.
And then if we, like I said, favor it to the outside, and pull, well, that's going to do that though.
I feel like we need to go more like here. The inside edge to go straight up.
Yeah.
Versus tilting.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know how I'm going to get a nut in there, but.
Sounds like a good time. Wait, but did you want this helmet or did you want?
I don't care. That one will probably be best. All right, all or nothing. Probably should have went hair higher, her hair bigger, rather. Okay. Now, can I get? Not really. Everything's in my way. Okay. There it is. How well that shows up. There's a gap, at least a 1/4 inch. So hopefully that's enough.
Guess we'll find out.
I mean, realistically, if it becomes a problem, we have the shroud piece here. We could just snip the center out of this because it's attached on each side, and then we could, I don't know, make something that comes in here or whatever. Something. We can try it. If you notice a weird, funny noise, then we will adjust accordingly. This front end, I believe, has been hit. So you can see I have the latch shoved all the way back, and you still have to release this in order to get the hood to close. And then you can see it's got ripples and all that. This kind of kicks, the core sport kind of kicks, and then you had to see what I did with the shims here to get an alignment out of it on this side versus this side. So I think this thing's been hit on the passenger front. So the chances of this being all square anyway. Yeah, and then yeah, it's got like this ripple on this side, and then this side has two. So I'm sure this core support's a little twisted. If you're following along and doing something like this on your Galaxie, it may fit a little bit better, may fit a little worse, to be fair, but yeah. So let's move, redrill. We're going to redrill the bottom real quick and just move the zip ties over. And I think it's lunchtime. Okay, so we adjusted the bottom and fired up the engine, and it is rubbing at the very top. So I think we're just going to, it's rubbing at the top but on the outer edge. So I think we're just going to cut the shroud back. Obviously it's got the metal original shroud up here. So we're just gonna trim this back on the top, and unfortunately we gotta take all this crap back off, but these things happen. I'm just gonna make a kind of a reference line there-ish to there-ish so that it follows there. So I get kind of a straightish line, and then from this corner I think I'll just go out to these edges, and then we'll just kind of round it as best we can. Again, we're probably not really going to see this too much. So.
Okay. If you put a tape line here to there, would it minimize the melted plastic?
I don't know, but I was going to cut this. Well, I mean, we can do that now.
Funky fraying of the edges?
We can try that.
So you're keeping the inside edge? Is that your plan?
That was the plan. So we're connected. We'll be bolted in here and here, and this will just keep some structure to connect this part to it together.
Okay.
I mean, this is kind of flimsy plastic, so it's going to do what it's going to do, but
yeah.
And again, we're not really going to see this too much, so unless you're looking for it, so I'm not too concerned. All right, this went in this way. Pretty obvious where it was rubbing, so we're fired up real quick. Putting a clearance now. Needs a little cleaning up and whatnot, of course, but So other than tightening the belt up, obviously this is not rubbing anymore. That's going to be fine. So probably not the perfect scenario. Probably the Ford Elitist wouldn't like the plastic in there, but I really don't care as long as it's functioning. Nobody's going to see it while it's bombing down the road looking beautiful. So what else we got? Heat. We already drained the coolant and dropped a bunch of plastic in it, which is great. So we're going to put heater hoses on it real quick. It's just looped, so looks like it's already got a new heater core in it before we bought it. So we're just going to connect the dots and put coolant in it, let it warm up, and I guess we can watch the temperature. Yep. So I'm going to find the screwdriver that I probably lost already. Okay, I didn't have a 90, which would have been cleaner to come out basically under this fuel line and swoop down this way, but this will work for now. I can see checking to getting a 90 later or whatever, but there's already a hole in the inner fender here, so that's zip tied, put an extra there. Those are secure. I'll probably go ahead and put one on that, so that's not flopping around. We've got a bunch of plastic that we dropped in our bucket, so we found a chunk of screen. We're going to screen this out a little bit, fill this back up, and see how it does. Well, that didn't work. Already failing miserably.
Well, my assistant.
Well, slow down.
It's a little heavy.
All right, well. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, whoever came up with these coolant funnels, genius. And now I have to pee. I think we've got the fuel system all buttoned up, as well as the cooling system. So moving underneath here, we're going to swap these shocks out. You don't see it now, but it did have, they were leaving puddles. I guess they've leaked all their shock juice out. So should be pretty simple in the rear. A couple bolts at the bottom. One stud sticking up through the top of the frame rail there. And then in the back, one stud goes down, and then it's got a shock bolt at the top. So we got regular shocks. We don't have these like overload spring style. Shouldn't need it for what we're doing. It's just a cruiser. Just a grocery getter, right? So let's get the tripod. Apparently our ghost just opened the door, or a ghost just opened the door. Not our ghost. I don't have a ghost. A kid. So apparently it's a Jessie. These can be a little fun to get to the inside, but these, I believe, are bolted in. Yeah, I believe these are captured, like a nut welded into the lower control arm. So this side is not. It's probably stripped out because it's got them sticking out through the bottom. So this ought to be a good time. Yeah, it's spinning. All right, I'm gonna have to try to get a wrench up in there or something. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it this away. This, that might work. Okay. How about this one? It's gonna be a little tricky. It's not gonna really help because it's not gonna work. Okay, there we go. That wrench is just gonna live there for a minute. Okay. Got the flashlight there. Now we're done with that spot. Well, we got to get the top bolt out. Yeah. Where did I set the socket I just had in my hand? What's in my pocket? No, it's right here, staring at my face. So, do you know what you're looking at?
We're looking at.
You are the worst camera boss ever.
We're looking at the wheel well.
So I don't know if an electric ratchet's gonna fit.
Just want you to know that this one over here, it's greased. We made sure. Okay.
You crack yourself up, don't you?
Oh,
No, I don't think it's coming out.
There's still a light on in the car. On the dash.
I grabbed that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can either hold the shock or use a wrench and hold. There's a flat spot here. There's just not a good way to do either. So let me see if a ratchet wrench will fit in there. Okay.
Your hands are busy anyway.
Maybe now that's broke loose, it'll work. Nope. Of course, I can't reach anything. Oh, finger stuck. Alright, well, I guess I'm doing it the damn hard way. Alright. Old shocks, new shock. Like I said, we're not doing the spring thingy, so should have all this junk in my way. This should go on the bottom. Shove that up through, put the bolts in the bottom, and then this will go on top with the frame catcher between. Should go up in there. And the tricky part will be getting that lined up to that. Ah. Nope, it's the other one. Oh. That would be why the other one had bolts and nuts, because that one just stripped. Well, We'd have to cut the nuts off the top, though. That's not a good time. Dang it. That one tightened down. All right, well, I guess we're cutting. If you don't have one of these like Dremel size style tools, get one. They are so damn handy. Battery powered ones can be a pain. Probably shouldn't touch that. Probably pretty warm. Okay. That's not what I want to do. So I just had a kind of a nut welded to the top. So we're just going to do like they already did on the other side. And put some new hardware in. Get 5/16. We should have grade 8 stuff. All right, for the rear here, pretty straightforward again. Knock the nut off the bottom. These bushings are gone. Nut off the bottom, and we just got the one nut on the top. So we will, I don't know, we might have to support this axle. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to quick knock out the other side again. And that should complete all the mechanical stuff, I think, right?
I think so.
Cool. All right. All right. So I'm not 100% sure this is going to fit. But I really don't want to pull these side pieces back out if we don't have to. They go all the way up under the glass. I don't think this is going to fit.
I feel like it goes underneath those pieces.
It does. It does. It's also got to go in the back, and it's got a big whoopee right here for some reason.
I was trying to get this under
Dead
this
bug.
edge.
I know. But it's also got to go into the back. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to pull these side pieces out, but I think we're going to have to.
I think you're right.
Because they were a pain and they scratched everything. All right, I want to grab a screw gun.
Okay. Oh, wait, right here.
Maybe we can do this with just taking one side out. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Maybe when we put a stereo in it, we just lay in the trunk to mount a speaker.
Maybe. Alright, so now we've got this package tray in the way, the seat in the way. Ow, my finger. Can we pull this out a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Now what? Ow.
I gotta shove this in. I feel like we're gonna have to take it out on both sides because this is all.
Don't say that.
Just trying to be realistic here.
Don't. We don't have time for that. This don't fit.
Nope.
Not even close. Alright, well, we're not putting a package tray in.
So still no package tray.
Dang it. And the seat back, because of the armrests and the door panels and all that, are a pain to get in and out. So, I think we just stick it back in, put this trim back in, and we move on to the turn signal and the dome light.
Yep, and we'll see about carpet tomorrow or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, cut. Light's bright. Alright, we can't do anything with the package tray, obviously. Unfortunately, that was made to order, so we're gonna have to give them a call. Mistakes happen, so we'll move on to what we can do. Let's see if we can look at this turn signal cam now that I don't have a seat to sit on. Alright, plug ears. Oh, that don't really fit.
So would you like the ratchet?
An extension.
Or an extension?
Please. That's more good. Alright. Can I get this off at this funny angle? Probably not. Let me move in the driving position here. Okay.
I feel like it likes it home.
Alright, I don't really want to get a pull over, but I will if I have to. Come on, baby.
It's coming.
I win. Alright, well, been messing with this, and I don't actually know the right direction it's supposed to go. And can you use the light, please? Turn it in here. And I don't think it really matters, because this whole set, this whole switch is actually broken. This whole side of it's broken.
Oh, I see it moves in you.
Yeah. So, I don't know if, I think this, I can't hold the camera and everything. Can you hold the camera there? I feel like, I don't know if this is supposed to move inside here, or if this cam is supposed to move as well.
Yeah.
So, I think at this point we just get a turn signal switch coming and quit messing with it. So, package tray, this, we are 0 for 2. Think we can put 2 screws in and 1 wire connection, get a dome light to work?
I hope so. I guess we're gonna try.
Fuel pump works.
Yeah.
Fan shroud seems to work.
Yep.
Maybe electrical is not my thing.
Trunk housing works.
Yeah, we didn't show that on camera. We did put a turn signal, or a trunk cylinder lock in. Alright. Let me put this back together real quick. She'll have to use hand signals or something.
Hand signals with a stick shift is fun. Alright, look it up. Yeah.
Good morning. So we ended up ordering a turn signal switch last night, so we're stuck on that for now. It's a week or so out. I might just bypass the turn signal switch for now, so that we at least have working brake lights. So we're going to move on, I think, to trying to get these belt moldings in. We worked on the driver's side a bit, kind of get our bearings and figure out what works best. The outer one just snaps into place. We did have to modify a little bit. and there's these like staples that hold the inner one in. So we had to do some tinkering with that to figure out what would work. Same with the rear. We snapped that one in. We haven't done the inner one yet. That trim's sitting here. So we have, like I said, so those are the clips that snap in, and then it just comes with like the felts for the inside, and then it has these staples that we end up having to drill holes. We'll get to that in a minute. But so we're going to take apart this real quick. Any idea where I put the screw gun? Right here, handy. You want to take this? I want to clip the other one in real quick. I just wanted this out of our way. We did, again, have to modify just a little bit. It is already over here. And so if you come around here real quick. So I'm not sure if this is body filler or they welded that or what, but I believe this was supposed to slide down in there. So what we did on the other side is we just trimmed this off and trimmed the rubber piece off of this side. So it's just got the chrome strips sticking out the back. So, and it seemed to work all right. So I'm going to grab our handy dandy trimmer offer tool. So where we end up, that should be about right there. So didn't we trim this all the way off?
Yeah.
We did, didn't we? Yeah, you're right. We ended up taking the whole trim piece off. Yeah.
And the back ended abruptly so
Yeah. Whoa. Set this up here where I'll lose it. We had to snip this edge off too. I think we did that with a razor knife after though.
Yeah.
The razor
knife is on the table.
Okay.
I feel like it's a little lower on this side, isn't it? Maybe not.
I don't know. You know, aftermarket parts, it's hard to say. So if you show that real quick, I'm going to snip off that rubber piece as soon as I find, there it is. So if we just need something to hold that with. I'm going to leave it just flopping in the wind like it is. Oh, I bet.
I'll just hit the skinny pedal harder.
There you go. There we go. So that is the outer one installed. I don't believe we had to modify the rear one, did we? Yeah, rear one went in without an issue. This one's down a little bit too. Trying to even with the edge. It does hit that corner just a hair, but it's all right. So, no. Yeah, don't worry about that. It's just the door lock deal. Well, again, aftermarket parts. So, I mean, you're not going to see it unless you're looking for it. I doubt somebody's going to walk up and go, "Hey, that's a 1/16 of an inch lower than that is." So
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So on the other side, it was a little goofy. It is here too, like this where it jogs over on the sheet metal. It was sticking in a little farther, but I don't know. Obviously, all these rubbers need to be replaced. I don't know if this is supposed to have something sticking back and
I think right
yada
now
yada.
what we have is this little rubber piece.
Right. We have this strip, but we got to get these pieces still. And I don't want to do these until we have everything, obviously. So
taking out that wing window is gonna be fun again.
Yeah, we'll take this door apart for the 14th time. All right, so now we need the piece I just took off, which is right here somewhere. Is this one? So we had tried adhesive. Oh, we also need to mark where this ends up exactly too. Hang on. Hold. All right, so again, I marked where the front. You need to you need to get what we're working on, not just here. All right, so I marked kind of an idea of where this needs to be, front to rear. Put a couple pieces of tape, just kind of hold them in place, or hold it in place. We had tried some spray adhesive, just some 3M stuff. It was kind of working, but not really. It's also kind of cool in here. I'm sure you can't get in here and see these holes, but it has these like staple deals, and I'm sure Ford used some kind of machine to pop these in. We kind of came up with a little idea, and we were just pre-drilling some holes, clamping the staple down in place, and then just folding the ends over. It seems to be working. So
the problem we ran into is these staples are narrower than the holes that are in there,
right? Right. The new staples don't quite line up with the existing holes, and then trying to get these holes perfectly match with these holes wasn't happening. So we're kind of just making our own. So I'm just going to drill a random hole here in the middle, make sure we're good top bottom. Okay, so get that in here tight. Where's my hole? So there it is. So she's just going to line up the staple. Line up the drill bit with the next spot. And battery's dead. Always battery's dead. And that's, in theory, should go through there. It worked fine 5 times. What happened? Isn't that the way it works? Go through there. Through there. There we go. There we go. That's off a hair. All right. So then you see the staple. All right. Staple sticking through here. We just vice grip the center nice and tight so it's down in there as far as we can get it. And then fold the edges over. Like that. So I mean, this is the way it's been since '63. It's got the staple in there, but it's under the felt, so it shouldn't be an issue. So originally had 5, so I'll do one at the end, one in the middle, and then kind of just semi-split the difference. And put the front back together, I think. All right. So now we're going to rinse and repeat and do the rear ones and start putting this other stuff back together. All right, got these all buttoned up for the back. They go on the inside here. Before we put these back in, I believe we're going to try to modify this package tray. This took 6 weeks to get. So we don't really want to wait for another one. But I believe this curve that matches the seat side is correct. So I think what we're going to try to do is measure several spots along basically like here to under the window. So we have, I don't know, a half an inch or so under there. And I think we're going to use this curve and then measure off of it and make a cardboard template that fits in there. And then use the cardboard template to modify this. So she's out there, I don't know, cutting up cardboard, I guess, and clearing a spot for us. So we're going to do some measurements and see if we can get a template kind of drawn up here. All right, so I want to make some reference marks here so we're doing the right, kind of doing the right measurements. And I want to come in a hair because if you focus on the corners under the windows, there's seam sealer. Yeah. So we are just like 60 inches and a quarter. So that would be 30 inches and an eighth. What's that marker? So, whoa, easy now. 30 inches and an eighth. And then if we go, I don't know, 45 and an eighth.
Write this down.
Or 45-ish and 15-ish. I just want some reference marks for width.
I understand you're going to do right.
No, 30 and an eighth, 15 and 45, give or take. Like I said, we have a half an inch or so of a lip in the background on the back, so unfortunately all I have that can go under this lip is this ratty square. So we got, what's that? I can't even read it.
The flashlight there. Target. We're on.
Of course, the measurement goes from the other side. It goes from this side. Not really. So in the center, if we do let's try at the 3 mark.
3?
Yeah. Because this is backwards. Trust me. Trust me.
At the 30 and an eighth mark? Or?
Yes.
3.
So this measures from this side.
Okay.
So from here to this mark. So this side we're going to go also 3. Also 3, which means, what do we have at the very edge?
There's not much of a difference.
There is a little bit though, because we're at like 3.5. So should we go off of this line? So if we go 7.5 inches, is this? 3 1/4 department. So that should give us a bit of a curve on the outside. So it's a little hard to explain what I've got in my head because, you know, there's just junk swimming around in there. So let's try to put this on the cardboard and show you what I'm trying to do here. Okay. So if we go that. Oh, we line that up perfect. All right. Okay. So now if we move this. That's what we're measuring. That's what we're measuring out. So, where'd the tape? I left the tape. If we find center here, $61 1/4. How do we end up wider? Oh, because we went off of that.
The edge.
That body line.
Yeah, we didn't go all the way in.
Yeah. So we just want center. So 61 1/4. So 30 and what is that? No. Math. 5/8. Oh, 30 and 5/8.
61.
We go 30 and 5/8, and then we went roughly 15 inches from either side, right? And then 7-ish inches from there.
30 and an 8. I don't know what that is.
Which is center. Center of that. So then we went over from that and went 15 inches, and then another, yeah. Okay. So what was our center measurement? Right at 3 inches. So if we put this on 3 inches. And the 15s were, what was it?
3 1/4 was 7 1/2. Yeah.
So it gets wider at the end?
Apparently.
All right, well, that's why we're doing a template. So out here was
3 1/4. And then the edge, it was 3 1/2.
So 15 inches was 3. And 7 was 3 1/4. 3 1/4. There. It's even harder to see on this side.
He's been around for a little bit.
3 1/2. Okay. So now, let's double check this here. What do we say? 3 in the center? Right there.
3, 3, 3, 3 1/2. Or 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/2.
3.
3 1/4.
3 1/4. All right. From here, we play connect the dots. All right, got our template all cut out. Let's see how this fits. This should go under the window. I think that'll work. Might have to do a little trimming on the corners, a little fine tuning for the there's like seam sealer in the corners. Yeah. Well, this is a little more flimsy than that is too, but that's generally the right size. So I think we should be able to cut the package tray down to this size. I don't know how we're going to cut it yet.
I don't know.
But yeah, let's go transfer this to that and figure out how to cut it. So you can see the difference in size that this is supposed to be. So I don't know where the mistake was. The box said 64. This is a 63. I don't know if they're different. I don't know if they thought it was a, I don't know, 4-door or something. I don't know what the difference is between them. So I'm going to see what I got to cut this with. Cut off wheel. I think I have like an air body saw. That might work. Let me figure out what's going to work best. All right, I have this like body saw, air saw, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like a jigsaw. It's a little loud. Compressor might kick on. I do apologize for that in advance. You can put one hand on it. Let's see how well this stuff will cut. Easy. Now I know seat back goes over this lip. I just don't know if this needs to be even with it or not. So, do we cut a little more or do we just try it? The problem with that is we got to get these in before we get the seat in.
All right, those in, and then we got to get bottom of the seat in?
Nope, bottom goes in after.
Oh, back.
All right, let's we'll get these in real quick and then we'll try to fit in the seat. All right, all these trim pieces are back in. Unfortunately, these side trims don't fit as well as I'd like. I think they're supposed to hook under here. I think factory package tray is probably a little taller to hold them up, but once the seat's in, nobody's really going to notice. So now that all that's in, let's see if, careful that bracket on the back, see if the seat back will fit. Kind of go like that. Should slide out. Let's see if I can smash my finger again. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks all right. I mean, it don't look much different, really. No. Package tray was already red.
Yeah, but there's not a whole bunch of holes.
So, all right. Good enough for me. So I'd like to, like I said before, I ordered a new turn signal switch. Oops, sorry about that. Ordered a new turn signal switch. It's probably a week or so out. So I'm going to try to just bypass it so we at least have brake lights. So coming down here, I can put this light somewhere handy-ish. I don't know, something like that. So I looked it up. Green is coming in from the brake light switch, and then orange with blue and green with orange goes out to each tail light. So I'm just going to snip those 3 wires, hook them together, and we should have at least just working brake lights. All right, so again, we got green wire in, which is from the brake light switch, which we added in a previous video. Orange with blue and green with orange tracer goes out to the tail light. So if you take this, yep. So it should be off and then on, both brake lights. All right. So that'll get you
Hand signal.
That'll get you at least brake lights. So she can actually put some miles on this. Should pretty much just be going back and forth to the store. It's only a mile or so away, and you go farther than that, it's a straight shot. So not a big deal. She can do the hand signals if she got to. Everybody learned that in driver's ed and all that stuff. So should be fun with a 4-speed, but not my problem. It's your problem. So from here, the only thing I have left that I would like to get done is hooking up your defrost vents. This one is slightly broken, so we got to see about getting that piece back out. So it should have an ear on this side, so we got to see what we can do about that. At least kind of hodgepodge something together, a couple zip ties. It doesn't really matter. It's just got to hold it in place. And I think we got those tubes that'll work. Then you should have working heater, defrost, shift, go forward, go back, hand signals, and you may or may not get stranded at the store. That worked. All right.
Great.
All right, so we got the vent out and the piece on here. I think we're just going to try a chunk of Gorilla Tape here. It's just got to hold it in there. We're not going for super stability here. Just need it to stay. And again, nobody's ever going to see it. Why are you pointing at me?
The only thing I can think is maybe that defrost or the heat will warm up the glue.
Well, play that by ear, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty well on there. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I guess we could have put a little glue in between and stuck it together and then taped it, but it's just got to sit there. So should be fine. So then we have these chunks of vents. Hopefully this one fits. It does. This one and this one. So I think, yeah, we put this on here. I'm sure it is a different type. Might even wrap a zip tie around here, which I think there's a couple in the cart. Somebody's got to answer the phone. All right, sorry about that. Put a zip tie on there to just keep this from falling off. It should be fine. Hopefully this hose will be long enough to get to our heater box. And then we got another one for the other side. And I think that will wrap us up for now. So now I got to go lay under the dash while she puts a couple screws in. You want this, or what do you want to do? I don't know what's happening. I think it's probably fine for now. All right. Let me show you here. And kind of show this here. I don't know how well that shows up, but into the defrost vent, ran above everything, into the heater box, and then the other one just goes straight up. So should have a working heater and defrost vents now. So well, obviously, like I said, I can't do anything about the carpet, so we're going to quick slam the seats back in and probably the steering wheel on and wrap this up.